About 3 years ago, I made my debut in Ghana and it's been a wild ride. So in this video, what you're gonna expect from me is for me to share my insight, the struggles and the good of being down here for 3 years. I'm gonna let you guys know if it was worth it moving down here. And was I ever at a point where I felt like giving up? Well, I made my debut in Ghana in May 2021. When I came to Ghana, people were still wearing masks in the States, right? Luckily, I didn't have to put that on. I started by, working out in the gym. I felt a sense of freedom. And the boy being blessed enough, I came to Ghana with some good money, COVID, stock market money, right? I made money in the stock market. So for those of you guys who don't know the story, how I ended up coming to Ghana, I'm going to give you a very brief summary on that. The reason why I ended up in Ghana is because I decided to come down here and build a gym. Well, I was supposed to have some investors who were going to back me. When the idea of me coming to Ghana came in play, I did not have money to build my own gym. I was just a student in college. Well, I decided to build a house because of the sake of my family. I have a wife. I don't have kids yet, but I did not want her to struggle. So I think that once I have a house that I could live in comfortably, have some nice small residual income coming in every month, even if nothing works out, I can figure it out down here. And trust me, guys, if I did not go that route, I would not be here because things did get hard for about 2 years since I was down here. So the people who were supposed to back me, with this venture of me coming down here to build gyms, kind of lost their sense of enthusiasm in the middle of me building this house. So me having started the journey of coming to Ghana, I had to stick it through, right? So I had to stick to the mission. I have already announced to the world that I am coming to Ghana and I couldn't just turn around. I went to school, to become an accountant. I have a master's degree in accountant and I secured a job, KPMG, which is one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. A dream come true. Now, I decided to leave all that behind. I knew I was going to leave all that behind before I even got a job because I decided to come to Ghana while I was in my last year of undergrad and I went on to do my master's before coming down here. I worked for KPMG interning for 2 months and then worked for them for about 3 months and then I quit and shortly after moved down here. The reason why I quit very, very, very early on is because I was trading stocks in the stock market and life was pretty good. I realized something that I could actually make it on my own. I can actually make money very fast. I do not have to take the traditional route. That's what I realized. So I had to leave that behind. I didn't hit a job by any means. I just knew I could do so much better. So I left that job behind and I came to Ghana. Well, when I landed in Ghana, I was in a chilling mood. For the first 4 months was basically chilling mode. I was staying at East Legon, having fun. Came down here with money, so I wasn't really experiencing anything trying to do business. If you're down here in Ghana and you are not trying to do business and you have your own money, this is absolutely the best place for you to be. Ghana is full of excitement, fun. You could go out every night if you want. I'm not that type of person, but I have fun here. Like restaurants, you name it. If you're around East Legon, Labon, those places, you will have the best time of your life. And food is not that as expensive. So somebody who's, come down here with quite a bit of money, you could have fun. And that was me for my first 4 months. Now, once I moved into the house, once it was finally completed and beautifully looking, I had to dabble into something. Remember, I came down here because I wanted to build gyms, and the people who wanted to invest in me lost their sense of enthusiasm in the middle of me building this house. And I'm like, no, I'm a go-getter. So I'm gonna come down here and figure it out. Luckily, when I came down here, I had some money in my pocket, quite a bit of money in my pocket. It was never planned for. God just blessed me. As a matter of fact, this house was not gonna be able to be built in a year and a half. It was a 3-year plan if everything goes right? But ideally, it was gonna take like 5 years. But God being so good, blessed boy, and we were able to expedite everything, and the house was, done in a year and a half. And when I came down here, I came with money that I never thought I could have. So when I came on the ground, I had cash to start something massive. And the first thing I did within the first month was to identify a property. Now, me trying to avoid being in any core situation, whatever, I did not go for bare land. I went for an established business, an existing car wash that was a bit old and it was underperforming on the market. After scouting around, I noticed this person actually need money. If I approach them, I have the option of acquiring this property. And that's exactly what I did. When I approached the owners, they said they have been trying to sell. Nobody has been able to pay them the amount that they want. Was able to negotiate it down, and I bought a business with a car wash, all the machinery, everything on there. Now, this car wash ended up becoming the biggest, I wouldn't say the mistake, but the biggest challenge that I ever had in Ghana. As this car wash sucked a lot of the money that I came down to Ghana with out of my pocket. So I acquired this property, which was quite expensive by the main road, right next to Hardovin, and I spent $83,000 to buy the property, including lawyer fees and all that stuff. Well, when I finished, I had to demolish a few buildings on the property because the structural integrity was not that good. When I demolished the building, on the process of demolishing the building, I started encountering some issues. Now, to let you guys know, when I bought a car wash, it had a title on it, transferred the title to my name and all that stuff, and somebody still came trying to claim this. And this, I ended up spending about $110,000 on this car wash, purchasing and renovating it, and didn't make a dime. While all of this was going on, I was losing tremendous amount of money in the stock market. So I said I came to Ghana with quite a bit of money in my pocket, but it wasn't cash, it was in stocks, right? And I kept making money until I wasn't. And everything just came downhill. So I was losing money in Ghana because, I bought this car wash, put money into it, and I'm not getting anything out of it. And I was losing money in the States. And I didn't want to take out that money because it will attract quite a bit of taxes, a lot of taxes actually. Well, this one particular stock that I wanted to hold for the next 2 months, and I'm going to realize long-term capital gain. I'm going to reduce my taxes by a matter of about 70%. And that was the biggest mistake of my life during the Russia-Ukraine war. I lost a lot of money, and I was in a very desperate position because I struggled to take a lot of the money out and then, complete the car wash, but somebody was trying to bring me back, grabbing me back on the ladder. Now, I'm going to take a break to let you guys know that if you are coming down here to do something, best believe that you have opponents, you have enemies that's going to try to drag you down. It is a normal thing here in Ghana. And I certainly had that. Somebody who was determined to get something from me, and I wasn't budging. So he used the police, he used a lot of force, he used a lot of threats, spirituality, all of that. I fought all of that. And just when he didn't want to give up, and I defeated him on all fronts because I am perspicacious and I'm out here with a lot of strength and ready to fight. And I took him on the hard way. I should have approached the situation differently. I'm going to let you guys know. But I was on hardcore and was trying to, battle it out. When he was bringing force, I was bringing force. And I defeated him on all fronts. So he took me to court. And I've been in court for the past 2 years. And this ordeal, it really gave me an uppercut. And guys, the going really got tough in Ghana. I was questioning myself, was it really worth it to move down here in Ghana? Was it actually worth it? Because I left my comfortable life to come down here and create businesses to employ local Ghanaians and try to pay them better than, if these foreigners are paying them or other people are paying them. And these same people are making my life extremely difficult. So this person took me to court, put an injunction on the car wash, and I had nothing going on down here. Now, to let you guys know, if you are down here trying to work for somebody, you are not going to make a lot of money at all. Unless you are lucky and you get some international company that's paying you well. But on the average, 95% of the jobs, it will not even pay for my gas. So I was in a position where I was questioning myself, should I have moved? Was it worth it? I deliberately did this. I built a house to keep myself grounded because I'm telling you guys, if I was renting, I would not be in Ghana. I would have been gone. But thinking about the house that I have on the ground, living in a very, very, very good life, right? But I have no big income coming in from Ghana. Now, another thing that I will let you guys know is because the only reason why I made it in Ghana is because I have residual income. I have money coming in and I didn't have to pay rent. So I was more than fine to, buy food, go out, live life. But what's life without having a mission? I didn't have a mission. I didn't have the money to start a mission. I had lost tremendous amount of money in the stock market. The money that I put into this project is absolutely on the hold, and there is absolutely nothing I can do. So I was questioning myself, should I go to New York for some time while this case is happening? And maybe when it's over, by then I would have saved enough money to come and start La Vie, which is this mini mall that I'm trying to build with a rooftop and the gym and all that. Right? Because since I've lost all the money in the market and everything is locked up down here, I'm thinking, how am I gonna, build this mini mall, even if I stay down here and this case is over? But, I had a few conversations with a few friends and my mentor, and all that stuff. And I decided to know I'm gonna stick to this and I'm gonna see where this go from here. It's a challenge that God has given me to. It's a test that God has given me to see if I'm all for it. And guys, I'm gonna let you know that Ghana is absolutely not a joke, and you need to be tough and fight these battles. You cannot have soft landing. When things get hard, I'm getting out of here. I'm going back, and I'm coming back when things are cool. You're not gonna make it down here because that's what it takes to make it down here. And I stick it through, right? I stick it through, guys, and the rest has been history, as you guys are well on this channel. So let me walk you down to the path. Year one, I didn't make any money. Year two, I really didn't make any money. So for 2 years, I didn't really make any money, but losing money in the market and in Ghana. It was a lot of troubles, issues. I hired somebody who was a drug addict for my father's, water company when I was trying to expand. It was just problems on top of problems in Ghana. And it wasn't until I started this YouTube channel. I've always wanted to start YouTube, but I didn't know what I wanted to, touch on, what to talk about. At one point, I wanted to do fitness. But then when I came to YouTube, it wasn't planned. Everything just happened naturally, and I started sharing my story. Now I realized that people are really interested in my story and what I'm doing down here. And luckily, I had created a company called Arcadia Limited before I even came to Ghana with a friend of mine, because we had a real problem down here where people trying to buy land, build a house and stuff like that, and they always having issues. But it was a very small scale business where it's family and friends and people who know us, right? We weren't marketing, we weren't doing anything massively. And my mindset was, I'm going to build La Vie, which is this mini mall, and that's how I'm going to make my money in Ghana. So that was the mindset until everything hit the fan. Now I started, do my YouTube and then sharing a few stuff. And then I see that people are actually interested in, the work that we are doing. So through that, Arcadian has been a massive success that has changed the trajectory of a lot of stuff. I'm letting you guys know that the first 2 years was very brutal and it was very challenging. It required some sort of mental fortitude for me to move forward. It was absolutely not a joke. And I'm glad I didn't. I also cut myself out from going to the US and then coming back, because I noticed going to the US, my first year here, I was going to the US and then coming back like twice a year, 3 times a year. And I felt like whenever I go and I come back, I wasn't fully settling in, right? Like I have to start over or something like that. So I'm like, I'm not going to the US for 5 years. That's what I said to myself, but that has changed now. And I stuck to it, and it's been 2 years I haven't stepped a foot in the US. I can deal with the Ghanaian hustle. And guys, I've created many new businesses. Rush In Properties is actually operating right now. A brokerage. I sold an apartment. I've been selling land all this while, but strictly brokerage on Rush In Properties. I'm heavily blessed. I keep getting a lot of listings. People are coming to me like, Rush, I want you to do this. Rush, I want you to do this. Like everywhere I go, keep coming. So I do have land for sale, in many places. And I'm creating this beautiful website, which is going to be like a mini version of Zulu, because everything that's coming through that site has to come to us to verify the documentations and stuff. Because of all the scams in Ghana, we want to have a website where when you see something there, it's absolutely legit. To streamline the things, because I cannot personally go and record everything. So we're going to have a team of people to taking photos and stuff like that. And posting on the website, but everything will go through us, and we're going to review all the documents, attach the properties before it even make it to the website. So that's rushpropertiesltd.com, and we are still working on the website. So the first version that came out wasn't the greatest, so we are working on it. It's been 3 years, and guys, I have learned to be extremely humble, and I was already humble, but extremely humble. I will give you an example. Today, it happened today, right? So you guys know the signature. My wife delivered something there, and they said they weren't taking any packages at the reception. But I know how to talk to the people now. It's not like, oh, why don't you take? No. The way you deal with things is a bit different. That's what I'm saying. If I was in Ghana already for 3 years, that my court situation right now, which is about to be over in July, we're gonna have the judgment in July, and I will be back on the land, and I will build that mini mall. We're gonna see it all on this channel that the Lord does work down here. It's just slow. You need the right people, and you need the right approach, and have patience. There is law and order here. It's just very slow, and it's very annoying. A lot of people don't have the patience, and the time and the money. I've spent a lot of money, guys, on this case. So you have these crooks that know about this, and they just take advantage of things that is absolutely not for them, knowing damn well it's not for them, but they would do it just to frustrate you and see if they can get something out of you, or if you will leave it alone. It's very sad, but that's the reality on the ground. So today at the receptionist said they're not gonna take the package because they don't hold on to deliveries. But I called and say, hey, I'm Rush. You remember? He said, oh yeah, I remember you. I'm like, yeah. So I'm sorry. I know you guys don't take packages here, but absolutely there is nowhere for this person to take it. Can you please take it for me? The room is vacant right now. You can put it there if it's gonna be a problem. So yeah, I remember you. No problem. Thank you. And you know why she did that? I have tipped them before, right? When I first went into the property, I know how Ghanaians are. Ghanaians love money. Okay, they love money. So you can't be somebody who's stingy here. Life is going to be extremely difficult for you. You can't be too stingy down here. So when I first walked in, I was tipping those guys at the reception 100 cities here, 100 cities there. So they know who I am. This guy is very nice. Like I know they talk amongst themselves. Like this guy is very nice. He gave me 100 cities. Like they talk amongst themselves. So I called in. I said my name is Rush, and she did that for me. But she said, oh, yeah, they don't do that. And you have a lot of this stuff in Ghana. If you think you know you're right and you try to blah 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 in Ghana, life is going to be extremely very difficult for you. So this guy who came to bother me, I spent quite a sizable amount on my lawyer fees in this court case. I don't want to disclose the amount because I don't know if the law firm wants you guys know that. Maybe they gave me a deal, so I'm not going to say that. But I spent money on this court case, and the money I spent, I'm sure I could have given this guy like a just small portion of the court fees and the lawyer fees for him to leave me alone in a very friendly way. And basically, I could have diffused the situation. I've been doing it now. Another thing I noticed too is buying land in Ghana might seem very risky for somebody coming from outside in. But if you on the ground, if you are on the ground and you are in the land business, it's really not risky. And that's why I've decided to help you guys out by selling land to you guys. And nobody has lost their land to me because I know how this thing works. We have the police, all of them, from the head police, all that stuff down, knowing how things work. Like there are people in this game who do not lose land or lose money at all. And the system benefit those people. And the crooks and the people who bother people don't mess with these people. So being on the ground, the first 2 years I bought a half plot, which I just sold to a client. I'm building on it. That was like American money when I first came. But just like about 6 months ago, since things started picking up for me, yes, guys, I'm making more money here than I would have been making in KPMG. Not in the stock market though, but that was a bit of luck. So I made the right decision. And it's only the beginning here. It's only the beginning. I'm now building the infrastructure and I'm already making more than I would have been making in KPMG. So imagine, 3, 4, 5 years from now. And I'm heavily on the ground buying land left and right. As a matter of fact, I'm buying more land than I'm buying clothes now in Ghana. I get so much sweet deals. I'll give you one deal right now. Being on the ground, I get deals that is unimaginable. You wouldn't think about it because even this deal shocked me myself, right? I get sweet deals all the time being in the space because these people love money, right? The chiefs of they love money, and if you're working with them and you know them very well, they can't really screw you. They can't, right? Because I'm bringing them money most of the time. Like they're not that stupid, so they're not gonna screw you. Of course, and I deal with good families. I had this deal with a family that I've been dealing with. I'm not gonna let you guys know which family. I deal with a couple of families. That's why I have multiple locations and companies. They wanted money to register more of their lands, get a title. Land commission is not for free. It's not cheap. You got to feed some pockets, my friends, to get your paperwork, or you're going to wait for 10 years. Yes, you wait for 10 years and you're not going to get your paperwork. Trust me, they'll toss it somewhere. So you have to feed some pockets. It's just how the game is played down here. Now, they came to me that they wanted a loan from somebody actually, but the person was too greedy. Your typical Ghana man was too greedy. They wanted to give this guy a loan of like, let's say $12,000. And they're going to give him a commercial property worth like $16,000 as interest. And they want to pay him the money back. The guy said no. He wants 2+ of commercial property. So he wants, $32,000 only to give them $12,000 and get the money back, plus other stuff that he wanted. So he was being unreasonable. So they told me like, Rush, this is the situation on the ground. I'm like, no, don't worry. I've been dealing with this family, been selling land for them, good people. So, the trust is there, right? If you're on the ground, So what I decided to do is, I'll give you the 12 grand. Just give me one free commercial property. And in return, the second property, I want a discount. And you can keep the loan that I gave you to get 2 properties. So I'm getting a property that's like $34,000 for $12,000, and I'm gonna buy a third one. You do not get these deals being in America or wherever you are. You get these deals being on the ground. This is just one example. I got guys. It's sweet down here. So the money is flowing in finally, and I'm getting the sweetest deals that you can possibly think of. I see 10 years from now, your boy is gonna be extremely wealthy, in land, money, you name it. Couple of businesses under the belt. It just keep coming up, and we're gonna build up and we're gonna compound heavily, at a 50% compounded yearly. We're gonna be big, right? So this is the opportunity that lies down here for you in Ghana. It's not roses, it's not easy. Trust me, there are challenges. That's why I share that on my channel. Not everybody's gonna make it. Everybody has a heart for it. But whoever told you that you can't make it in Ghana, Ghanaians are all crooks, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, it's a damn lie. They do have good people down here that you can deal with. And I'm dealing with a couple of good people, a couple of good companies, a couple of good families. You just gotta sort through it. You gotta know that you are up for battle, and some people screw you, and you find the good people, you keep the good people, and you keep it moving. And that's how it is down here. It's a developing country. It's not developed, and we're gonna make it better. And this is what opportunity lies, where it's blood on the ground, right? Especially like buying land is blood on the ground. A lot of people don't even know where to start from. But me, having chosen this field, I know exactly what's going on, right? When I first came in, I didn't know what was going on. I found myself in this ordeal. Trust me, with the experience that I have now, that guy wouldn't have lasted for 2 weeks, right? With a phone call. So you do have people in Ghana that have no issues with land at all, right? Like politicians, people in big positions, you won't come and try them. They don't have issues with land at all, right? So it's you, mere, person who don't know anything that's going on the ground, not being heavily connected, that is gonna get your jaws, racked down here. And that's why I'm here to help you guys, right? I'm gonna fight your battles for you, right? So if you want land, I'm your guy. Pram Pram, Athenia, Shy Hills, Ebri, all of that. Just reach out to me and we can talk. In conclusion, Ghana has been amazing. It's been 3 years. I have acquired land in multiple places. I'm not gonna, do the accounting of it. I have I've done so much. And finally, my court case is about to be over, to add a car wash to it, and I'm gonna build a mini mall. So the future is looking more brighter than ever before. And you know what's funny? The first 2 years was extremely difficult. And then the last year was okay. And then just like 4 or 5 months ago, everything just collided and took off like boom, like a tsunami. That's the beauty of compounding. So I was just laying the foundation, and now we're coming up. Have you laid a foundation before? You're doing a lot of work, digging, you don't see anything coming up, and then you just start laying the blocks, and then boom, it goes up. That has been the situation down here. So trust me, if you do think that you want to move to Africa, you want to move to Ghana, and you have some doubts here and there, you will never know. Will there be challenges? Absolutely. But if you do have the heart for it, if you come here with good intentions, if you come here with your house built and some residual income to supplement you, because the going is going to get tough. If it wasn't for that, I would be back in the States, just like most of the people who come down here to Africa and Ghana in general and end up going broke and then run back because they didn't plan well. So it doesn't matter the amount of money you brought, because I came down here with quite a sizable amount of money, right? Close to $1 million. And I lost most of it in the stock market. I put most of it in this assets, and all got locked up, and all of it was gone. So how much are you coming down here? Set up your residual income. I came down here close to $1 million, and I lost it. Not all of it in Ghana, but I lost some of it in the market, and then I lost some of it down here, right? Life was good. Life was good. I bought a very nice, expensive car, and I made the money back in like 3 days. Life was just great until it wasn't. So you need that residual income that I couldn't touch. It was like, it was going to come in no matter what. Every month I would get that. It's not a sizable, it's not a big chunk of money, but you get your $9,500, $2,000 every month coming in. And you know that you have your house built, so you don't have to pay any crazy rent, and you will live. That's what it takes down here to, stay the course, right? Unless you're lucky, you come here, you set up something, and right away, you get, everything goes smoothly for you. But I wouldn't bet on that, because Ghana is full of challenges. Things that you wouldn't even think of will pop out of nowhere, and you have to fight it. So you want to set yourself up where you have some nice residual income. Now, I'll conclude here. It's been 3 years. It's been sweet. It's been amazing, right? And I'm glad I made the right decision. I'm very happy that I made this decision, as a matter of fact. I knew internally that I was making the right decision. Internally, I knew it. Even when the going was getting tough, I knew that I was here for calling. But it wasn't easy when you're down. right? It's not easy at all when you're down, but you have to look up and, stick your chest out and do all the right things, right? And now I knew what's possible. And also another thing that made me feel like what's possible was because, I've met a lot of successful Ghanaians here, people who've never really lived outside before, making huge sums of money. And the amount of money that people are spending to buy properties out of pocket cash here, I didn't know many people in the States at all that were doing that, except one person. So I knew it was possible. When I got to Ghana, I knew that people were making money here, but it was all like a concept. But when I came down here, I started knowing people who were making their money down here. So I knew it was possible. And it was a matter of time for me. And the time is now. And that took me only about, I started going like about a year ago where we started, hitting the ground hard. So imagine 5-10 years from now. That's how people get rich in Africa. It's more than possible. This is our home. We must come home and stop being so scared and just get comfortable with the average 95 is fine, but I don't think it's not possible here. Like, you can make money. You can absolutely make money, and it's much easier. It's much easier. When I was making anywhere close to this amount, I was working my butt off 90 hours a week, overtime. Life could be easy and it could be sweet down here. That's the message I have for you guys. It's been 3 years and it's been amazing, guys. Until next time, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, kindly do so. Like the video, helps the algorithm. And until next time, my friends, be legendary. Peace.